And they have to be more active against the ball as well. Squeeze up as soon as the ball gets played backwards. Squeeze up a yard.
They're certainly very much pushed back into their own final third here. Zula. Equally good pass. Equally good finish. Exactly as you called it, Torsten. They were pushed too far back, and when the decisive ball came through, they could not stop it. It's 1-0.
Absolutely, and they have been patient, Dortmund, working their way through, playing around, and then looking for the right opportunity. And then it was a brilliant cross. Their patience, looking for the next pass, great switch of play. And then with this Zule, like there's no one there because it's too tight, but the volley from Brandt is perfectly.
That's nicely done. Svensson. Girassi, Adeyemi, and a point-blank save.
But this is brilliantly played from Svensson. There. And they all did everything right.
You can see the ref cam. That's a good run from Neuhaus. Speed from Rocco Reitz, but no finish. That's got a glove on it. Adeyemi, they're queuing up again. They know where it's coming. Girassi. Girassi again.
He was offside.
But the offside flag is up.
I think the second one even could have been offside as well, but the first one is offside. And then I understand Moritz Nicolas going to the referee now because the corner there's his offside.
Nearly an hour gone. Goodness me.
And again on Dix.
Out of nothing.
Yeah, outstanding because he can't. Well, I don't think he saw that coming.
Nets. There's the youngster. Oh, there were some big gloves on there.
Some confidence, I like that. Look at this first touch, and then
that's on target. There's been some good performances in the Dortmund ranks today. Is there going to be a big moment here? This is what Maxi Bayer loves to do. He does it so well, but Moritz Nicolas likes to do what he does well as well, and that's what's happened.
Yeah, but it was. It's a brilliant save, 1v1. It was obvious where he's going.
Zula, pure strength alone, wins the ball. Now Fabio Silva. Is this the moment? Maximilian Bayer makes it 2. It's all over. Good night, Gladbach. Your 2025 is over. No more points this year. They wanted that, they needed that, they craved that, and they got it.
Brilliant from Silva as well.
And Gladbach have been beaten one more time. The final score, Borussia Dortmund 2, Borussia Mönchengladbach 0. Brandt and Bayer.
Izunda. Labelling. Mittelstädt trying to join him. It's Labelling! Delicate delivery, the header across! Final 90 seconds of normal time in the first half. Stiller's delivery. Lots of air on that, and flipped wide. It's given away to Berger. Aslani. And the shot-driven goalwards by Aydari, who was pounced upon by Nubel. Takes it again. Oh, and it found its man at the far post, and Mittelstedt's effort. Furiku scored against Werder last week. It's a good ball in, and the header is wide.
Or the missing few percent that they need today.
Leverlin, switch wings. That's a great ball in, and guided wide by Undav. Smashed away by Stiller. Free kick goes the way of Stuttgart, but it is all over. And it is a derby that ends scoreless, a true stalemate. Chances few and far between. Dennis Undav thought he'd won it.
Manzambi again. Yuito Suzuki. And still here, Suzuki. And Troy! That is some way to get you. For the first time, a Bundesliga goal scorer, and that is just terrific. I said last match day was a match day full of great goals. There another. Wimmer released. Wimmer and Pejcinovic. 5 second-tier goals for Düsseldorf on loan last term. A hat-trick in the cup as well back in August. Silt with Manzambi here. It's won by Manzambi. Lucas Höhler for Suzuki! Off the frame and away from the Japanese. Oh, the pass risky, and here Pejcinovic with a gift to make it 2-1. Atubola, what was he doing? But this one, I'm afraid, for Freiburg is wholly avoidable. It is awful by the goalkeeper, and Pitch. They lead now 2-1. Well, the chase on here, there could be in to level up, and there's Suzuki off the line somehow by Kumbedi. That is a great piece of... There is Gunter though for Freiburg. Gunter, led here by Jensen Siltz, and then Höhler's gone down, penalty given. Jensen Siltz on Lucas Höhler, and this game takes another turn in a dramatic second half. Caught here by Jensen Siltz, and they're the contacts against Kamil Grabara. And Grifo's penalty to make it 2-2, and becomes in doing so outright Freiburg's high 2 each in Wolfsburg. Eriksson. Header on here to Pejcinovic. Pejcinovic! No Amora, no problem, because Wimmer is played on. And for Pejcinovic, before today, not a single goal in 17 games in the Bundesliga. Today, in Amora's absence, 1-2. But still to play 20 more minutes of a topsy-turvy game. In here by Manzambi. Helped on towards Matthias Ginter! And we're level again, I think, in hindsight. The Ginter chance blocked by Grabara, and then the own goal off Jensen Siltz. Manzambi finds space to work in. It's Manzambi on for Shahant! A rocket finish! But wow, he takes this with a rocket of a shot for 4-3 for Freiburg. One of the games of the season delivers again, and Freiburg lead again. Just a really great game of football. Won by Freiburg by the odd goal in 7. And they end the year with a classic.
Here is Lokonga though! And there is the opening goal for Hamburg! The first shot on goal, and Lokonga makes it count, as so often this season. And slotted into Tetterer's near post. Goals in successive home games now for Albert Sambi Lokonga. Of the first half at the Volksparkstadion. Oh, it's back in towards the middle! And Hugo Larsson with the equaliser for Frankfurt! Eintracht Frankfurt. One-touch football and finished off by Hugo Larsson. But immediately, Hamburg on the attack with Philippe off the bar. Incredible scenes in the Volkswagen Stadion, and still the danger's not away. Balde with the cross, and back in towards off the line. And Lokonga with the follow-up, and Larsson can clear. A madcap few minutes at the Volkswagen Stadion. Catch your breath and catch up on events of the last few minutes. Well, this was immediately from kickoff. It was Lokonga on for Philippe, off the bar with Tetter beaten. And then Balde with the cross. Mikael Brensis with the header, and just scraped off the line. Lokonga couldn't follow up, but all the challenges as well. They are fighting for their place in the Bundesliga. Doan with the corner for Frankfurt. Oh, the overhead kick, sensational save from Hoyer Fernandez to deny Ansgar Knauf. It's a neat turn by Oscar Hurlund. And now Elias Baum. It's cut out with the back heel. Uzun looking to maintain momentum into the area. Can Uzun. And it's back, and surely now, no, off the line. And Hamburg get away with it. Königsdörfer has Vieira to his right, has Philippe to his left. Vieira's made the run now, and he's got inside as well. Fabio Vieira! Königsdörfer waited for the right moment. Vieira timed his run. It may be checked for offside, but it was ever so close. But the finish was delightful.
Wir haben das Tor für Hamburg überprüft. Im Vorfeld lag eine Abseitsstellung von Nummer 20 vor. Finalentscheidung, indirekter Freistoß, abseits.
The confirmation that the goal will be chalked off to be a Stieler, just explaining that Vieira was slightly offside. And there is the final whistle. That would have been the final opportunity. In the end, it's 1 point closer to their respective aims for the season for Hamburg and Frankfurt.
Philhell with the touch on again, and Wolf might be in here. It's Wolf. All eyes on him. It's Schmid, and the wall does his job. And Jimmer is on his way. Jimmer now. Can he find the right pass? Puertas! Claude Maurice, nice turn away. Claude Maurice! Oh, good one from Backhouse, back into play. Last time, but then it happened against Hamburg. Fellhauer. Can't find Pedersen in there, of all players. And he goes towards Masengo! From Schmid, oh, and that was Pieper. Claude Maurice, blocked by Friedel, and oh! Rex Bajai. It was Tito! It's the bar! Great finish to this game. Marco Krul, Šović for Schmid! Oh, and he's put it wide! Schmid. And that is it. And the final game of 2025 in the Bundesliga for Augsburg and Werder Bremen ends scoreless.
Heinz looking for that long ball towards Thielmann, and Thielmann's header slipped from Sebulonsson. That was well done. Kaminski's into the box. Good shot from Kaminski. Oh, very nearly. Kaminski with a reflex shot. Good swift move. Kaminski. That's already the third go he's had. They've had a few goes at it. This is their fourth corner. Off the post. That was close. Querfeld nearly getting a goal on his birthday. In fact, it was Marvin Schweber's look back on this day as one full of incidents. Certainly off the field, red cards for deliberate handball. But that's a handball. Absolute mayhem in the box. Big shout for handball by the look of it. That's come up off his thigh. Köln. And another appeal for handball. It's hit the first defender, but it's gone crashing through from Andras Schäfer. But what a hit from Schäfer. Did it take a clip? Surely this will be the last attack for Köln. Yes, indeed. 2025 ends on a win for Union Berlin. They beat Leipzig last weekend.
Their big derby is with Gladbach. Davier's pass on that occasion. Jonas Hofmann, and excellent ball for Patrik Schick. Playing against his former club. Golaci did enough. His confidence level has been upped in recent weeks. Raum. Harder again. The young man from Denmark, Harder. And he gave it a whack, but held by Flecken. Oh, they just keep going here. Leipzig, Zaberschlager, and Tidiam Gomis. He'll be a bit cross with himself. The pressing monsters again, the pressing monsters that they used to be. They went away from that style a bit. But now it's the turn of Arthur. Look at this burst from the Brazilian, and hit with ferocity. Golaci took the sting of it. Here is David Raum, the captain. Look at the freedom there for Willi Orban. Back in by Zeiwald. Held by Flecken. The pressure again coming from Leipzig, and here's Schlager trying to position himself. Zaberschlager loves to get it onto his left foot, and Schlager with the opening goal for Leipzig. All his own work, really. He had plenty of digging to do. Found the right angle. Arthur again in there, and Terrier, and that is splendid. Marta Terrier. What has come over him in the last couple of weeks? Golaci beaten. Spectacular header. And just like that, Leverkusen are on level terms. We promised you goals. They've won them all at home. Teller keeping his balance. Patrik Schick trying to steady himself. Schick for Leverkusen. Magnificent. Patrik Schick at his best. And he does it against his former club. And what a turnaround. Leverkusen suddenly in front. And such a classy striker's goal from one of the best in the Bundesliga, Patrik Schick.
And this is exactly why you want him on the pitch.
Last term we had a couple of thrillers. Now, where will they go again? And it's Teller scurrying through. Nathan Teller denied by Peter Golaci. All of a sudden, it opens up. Kofane at the other end. Second crack of the whip. And Golaci did his job to begin with. But now they are staring imperfection in the face. Baumgartner tried to lob it in there. And they had Willi Orban up as the extra attacker. To be the only player who really got worked up about it. Now home, and what a mistake, and Culbreath with Kofani in support, but the youngster bags the winner. What a story being written here. Montrell Culbreath at 18, his first taste of the Bundesliga. Leipzig with that substitution on a day when he was shorn of options. Leverkusen prevail here in Leipzig, who have lost at home for the first time this season. It was a crackling football match, this.
His free kick for St. Pauli. It breaks for Jackson Irvine. And Bats makes the save. Irvine's chance not taken for St. Pauli.
Hollerbach was off and away, tried to find Nebel, but it was a great interception here from Irvine.
Miri's corner, and the header thumped over the bar by Andreas Hangulsen. It falls his way kindly. Hollerbach away from Sands. Now Da Costa on the scene. Da Costa's cross. There's Widmer with a header. Half a chance for Mainz.
Now you can see that Mainz, there is a bit more purpose to try to score.
In by Da Costa. Widmer's volley. Here is Viper. Sana Long and Zieb will chase here with Hauke Wahl. Armindo Zieb for Mainz. Zieb shot. They have a corner here of Vasil's hands. A 6-pointer ends with one apiece in this enormous relegation battle. Mainz stay 4 points off St. Pauli and stay rock bottom into the winter break. Today, a goalless game. That's Fischer's first home league game in charge. Couldn't find a winning goal, a winning solution.
But the free kick now is Bayern's, and with Michael Olise. Curled in by Olise. And Tar! And saved by Ramai.
Heidenheim already started
for the visitors. It's taken by Olise to the far post, and Tar's there! And it's scrambled home, the opening goal! Josip Stanisic! Less than quarter of an hour on the clock, and Bayern are up and running. Looking to double their advantage now. This is Leonard Karl. Karl with the curler to the far post. Kane, it's punched only as far as Ito! And there is that second goal for Bayern. And it's Michael Olise who's got it just after the half-hour mark. Bayern's dominance continues to show and grows ever greater. Again, not the most spectacular of goals for Vincent Kompany's sides, but just scrambled over the line. Luis Diaz is going to go it alone. He comes off the back of Karl. Still the ball not clear. It's Kane on the 10 and off the post. And there was that chance that Harry Kane needed. And surprisingly for him, he didn't make it count.
No.
Traore's cross in towards the middle. Still it's not clear. This is Feurenbach. Back into the danger zone. Goretzka with the header. And Piringer! Oh, and off the bar! Stefan Schimmer. Here's that opportunity for Stefan Schimmer. The header came back off the bar. Felt he was impeded, though.
No, I don't think so. Not enough for me to earn a penalty.
Here is Nihus. Looking for Sirlot Conte. It's Conte with a cutback. Oh, a glorious opportunity goes begging. Arjan Ibrahimovic with Heidenheim's best chance of the evening. Kane is in supports. We'll get there as well. Now Kane trying to decide on the best option. Here's Ito. Space opening up in front of him. Well, perhaps had too much time. Traore to chase. Oh, and a recovery challenge from Tar, but still the ball with Kaufmann. And for Schimmer in the middle! Here, this opportunity. Kaufmann over for Schimmer. all sorts of space and all sorts of time. He hit it well on the volley, but straight at Jonas Urbig.
Yeah, it's a really good save.
Diaz now for Bayern. Olise. Goretzka. Goretzka to go for goal! Wasn't too far away. Curling devilishly. Now Olise. Stanisic on the overlap. Has it just run away from him? No, it hasn't! And it's finished off by Luis Diaz. And finally, Bayern set the seal on all 3 points. Victory is going to be theirs. Bayern Bundesliga debutant, that honour still with Paul Vanna. Here's Gnabry. It's Kane on the turn. It's still Harry Kane, and finally he gets his goal. Right at the death, Harry Kane not to be denied. A 19th goal of this Bundesliga season, his 51st in all competitions in 2025. You just can't keep him out forever. To end 2025 on yet another high, and indeed there is the final whistle. Bayern finished the calendar year with a 9-point lead at the top. And the results on the final match day of the calendar year, the standout ones include Leverkusen's 3-1 victory in Leipzig last night, Dortmund's 2-0 win in the Battle of the Borussias, and one of the games of the season at the Volkswagen Arena, Freiburg winning 4-3 against Wolfsburg. For Heidenheim, the game earlier today was of high relevance. The two teams in with Heidenheim in the bottom 3, sharing a goalless draw in Mainz. So in the table, Bayern go into the winter break with a 9-point lead over second place Dortmund. Leverkusen have leapfrogged Leipzig in the Champions League spots. The race for Europe is ever so tight all the way down to Frankfurt in 7th, but Union and Freiburg have given themselves a chance to get involved in that race. So Heidenheim stay in the automatic drop zone. It's as you were, really, with Mainz, Heidenheim and St. Pauli in the bottom 3. Augsburg and Wolfsburg and Hamburg and Gladbach and Köln, though, all not out of danger yet. Anyone in that bottom half could be sucked into trouble.